A very good afternoon to all of you and welcome to the session, the Hindu editorial analysis for proficiency in English. As usual, let us start with the snippets. The first one, record women turnout. There is one important word, though we have got many a time. What is it? Turnout. Large number of people attend a particular event, then we use the word turnout. And here it talks about elections, obviously. A large number of people appear and they visit the polling booths based on that turnout. But in this context, you have to recollect two phrasal verbs. One is turn up, the other one show up. Show up, turn up, they go more with individuals. That means to appear. Imagine I was expecting someone last evening, he did not come. Then I may say, he did not turn up last evening, he did not show up last evening. Slightly different meaning. And the whole thing talks about the same. Let us go to the next one. I think entire thing is that blast toll hits 13. Doctor sole occupant of car. You all know about Delhi blast, and based on that bomb blast toll means the death number of dead people. Blast toll hits 13. Initially they said 5, then 9, then 10. Now the final number has come to 13. Doctor sole occupant. There's another word here, sole. I'm sure all of you know the word solo. Solo means what? Alone. Sole means only occupant. No one else was there. Of car. Home Ministry hands over the probe to NIA. Powerful explosives used in the bombing. A rage that had led to the arrest of accomplices. There's one word here, accomplice, partner in crime. What does it mean? Partner in crime. Ah, very good. All about elections you have come up with. May have pushed suspect to act much sooner. Police collect DNA samples from the family to match remains of the bomber found in car. Very unfortunate, 13 people died. Let us go to other snippets. Former Syrian rebel al-Shahara at White House. When you see the word former, you have to think of two words. Another word you have to recollect. One meaning when we say former president, once he was a president, no longer. But you have to think of a pair. Former, latter. Former means first in position, latter, second in position. And there's another word you have to recollect, later. What is the difference between later, single T, latter, double T? A later, single T talks about time, latter, double T talks about position. Former, latter, first in position, second in position. Very important from competitive exams point of view. Coming to the next snippet, Netari accused is acquitted, SE says, due process key. Accused, acquitted. You all know one sensational incident, I think many years are over, and this talks about the same thing. And two persons were accused, one already acquitted, I think. Now this person acquitted, accused person acquitted. And this goes with crime. Obviously, you have to think of words like file a case, plaintiff, dependent, trial, innocent, acquit, guilty, convict, all these words, judgment, alibi, all the words you have to think of. Coming to the next one, by poll to Jubilee Hills witnesses a turnout of 48.43%. Again, we have got this one, turnout. Whenever you think of, see, this is what I tell students, very good, Naidu. Whenever I come across certain themes, very good, Purnima, I appreciate that, looks like a new student. Whenever you come across a particular theme, try to get all the words and try to create a word map that will help in the long run. Here we are talking about elections. Any newspaper, any magazine, any time he or she writes an article about elections, invariably has to use the same lexical terms. What are the lexical terms? constituency, campaign, canvas, victory, thumping majority, landslide victory, booth capturing, rigging, all these same words you come across. And here, coming to turnout, that is also part of elections. Turnout. Fishbone approach goes with a different caviar. Very good. Looks like a new student. But word map is different. Fishbone approach is different. When you want to imagine Delhi bomb blast, you want to know the basic information, you have to use a fishbone approach. What is this fishbone approach? You use five question words, six question words. What are they? What happened? Where it happened? When it happened? Who is responsible? Why it happened? How it happened? This is what we call a fishbone approach. Good, I appreciate your response. What, when, where, why, who, how. You get the basic information. And this approach is very popular in Western countries. It is called fishbone approach. Actual name is herringbone approach. Herring is one type of fish. People may not understand. Have changed it to fishbone approach. Very good. Coming to the next one, don't use COP30 to change Paris deal, says India. I did one editorial yesterday. Unfortunately, yesterday, while I was doing the editorial analysis, midway, there was an interruption, technical issue, and I could not continue. I had to stop. It got stopped abruptly. You must have noticed. Abruptly, it got stopped because of a technical glitch. I hope it won't happen today. Coming to the pic, here you can see our Prime Minister. Warm welcome. Warm has two different meanings. One meaning hot opposite cold, and warm opposite cool. It goes with hot, warm, cold, cool. But in this context, warm. When you write a letter, when you close a letter, you say warm regards. What does it mean? Affectionate. What is the meaning of warm here? Affectionate. And when you see warm welcome, and there's one important idiom you have to recollect. What is that important idiom? A red carpet welcome. He has got a red carpet welcome. Have you heard of that any time? A red carpet welcome means a grand welcome, a warm welcome. Here, Prime Minister Modi has been given a red carpet welcome. Prime Minister Modi was received by Bhutan's Prime Minister Shering Tobgay on Tuesday. On his arrival in the mountain nation for a 2-day visit, he will participate in the 70th birthday celebrations of Jigme Singye Wangchuk, the country's fourth king. So our Prime Minister has visited that country. Based on that, they have given a red carpet welcome. And let me tell you, red carpet welcome is an idiomatic expression. Idioms come under effective English. We have two topics that come under effective English. One is idioms, the other one is phrasal verbs. I always tell students, when you want to learn idioms or phrasal verbs, take take a particular approach. What is that approach? Learn with the help of themes or concepts. If you take the theme, if you take color as a theme, then you can learn a lot of idioms. A red carpet welcome, a red tapeism, a red letter day, three idioms. You take black, black sheep, and you take white, white elephant. So many you can learn based on color. And Monday blues, beaten someone, beat someone black and blue. Like that, you can learn a lot. Coming to the next one, Supreme Court says SIR is not the first. Opposition says it is being done in too much haste. Being done, it is being done. Which tense is that? Present continuous. They are doing something, something is being done. Passive voice. And here we have another word you have to focus on. What is it? Haste. Haste means what? I want it in black and white. Means in writing. You have to recollect all those. Coming to haste, do things in a hurry. And there's an important saying. What is it? Haste makes waste. Before I could say, you have come up with that. Very good, Naidu. I appreciate that. All of you have a look at the comment box. You can learn a lot. 12 people killed, 27 injured in suicide bombing outside court in Islamabad. Another something negative. And so many people died. How many people got killed? 12 people because of a blast. ISRO conducts what? Parachute test for Gaganyaan. Gaganyaan. Here you can see the parachutes. It goes with that. Simple, nothing to learn as such. Now let us go to today's editorial. Whenever I have a session in the morning, it won't be possible for me to design the editorial. In that case, what I do, I try to teach, I show the editorial, I do the analysis. And value addition is the same, do remember. Only presentation design point of view it is different, but when it comes to intellectual enrichment, same. No compromise when it comes to intellectual enrichment. And today we are going to talk about not this one, there's another one. What is the other editorial? Here, act of evil. Promoting social harmony is integral to any counter-terrorism strategy. Based on Bombay blast, today's editorial, I'm going to do analysis related to the Delhi bomb blast. And it says act of evil. Evil deeds means what? Very bad deeds. And when I use the word bad, when we talk about a person, we use words like his good qualities, bad qualities. Then you have to recollect words like virtues and vices. His virtues, good qualities, his vices, bad qualities. And evil nature means bad nature, cruel nature. Here, act of evil, based on the bomb blast, obviously. Yes. Cynical has a different connotation. Cynical means completely negative attitude. Some people try to criticize all the time, they take a negative stand all the time. Then we say pessimistic, one word, cynical or sick personality, another word you have to think of. Killing innocent people is definitely an act of evil. What is the main idea? Promoting social harmony. Harmonious relationship means what? Smooth relationship without any dispute, without any discord. And if at all there is a problem, then you have to think of two idioms: bone of contention, apple of discord. No discord, no disturbance, then we say harmonious relationship. Social harmony means all the society, if you take a society, a country like India, we have so many religions, so many caste groups, so many people, so much of diversity. Against that backdrop, the writer says something is a prerequisite. Prerequisite means what? You should have in advance. What is that? Social harmony means all the sections of the society should live harmoniously. The writer feels that is important when it comes to dealing with terrorism. Integral to, integral part means inbuilt, intrinsic. You have to recollect words like inbuilt, intrinsic, inborn, and also imbibed. All these words you have to think of. Integral to any counter-terrorism strategy. What it means, before you deal with terrorism, you resort to counter-terrorism acts, you have to keep in mind one thing. What is that? Social harmony is a prerequisite. That is very important. Now, the writer, when you see it is about Delhi bomb blast, you have to use a fishbone approach. What happened, where it happened, when it happened, how it happened, who is involved, why are they involved? All these questions, pertinent questions. Pertinent means what? Relevant. Relevant, ingrained also you can think of. An explosion in a moving car near Red Fort in Delhi. When you see Red Fort, that is a monument. Before the monument, very good. Who is this? You guys are so quick. Before I could say, I see whatever I wanted to say, I see over there. That is amazing. Before any monument, name of a monument, we have to use a definite article the. But mind you, sentence pattern is very important. Here you don't see because of the pattern. An explosion in a moving car near Red Fort in Delhi on the evening of November 10th which killed 13 people and injured several others, has led present perfect active voice to the police invoking. Invoke has two different meanings. One goes with religion and deals with gods and goddesses, but in this context, it goes with the law and order. That time, invoke a particular law means bring into force. Invoking the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act (UAPA) and the Explosives Act. Based on the incident, they have invoked, brought into picture that particular law. The suggestion is that the incident is being investigated. Is being investigated. Someone is investigating the case. The case is being investigated by someone. So it is in present continuous passive voice that you have to recollect. The suggestion is that the incident is being investigated as an act of terrorism. They have considered this particular act as an act of terrorism. The National Investigation Agency is in charge of the investigation. Who is in charge? National Investigation Agency, NIA. And what is the response of our Prime Minister based on this unfortunate incident? Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah have vowed, means are pledged, promised to do something to bring the culprits. Another important word. Culprit means a person who has committed crime. Culprit, he is the culprit, she is the culprit, to justice. While the opposition has sought accountability from the government, you should be accountable to your actions. Means what? You should be answerable to your actions. Accountable, accountability, noun form. That's what the opposition will say. Has sought, present perfect active voice, and you all know seek, sought job seekers from the government. Government is accountable, government is answerable. So the opposition has sought the same thing. The suspect linked to the vehicle has been identified. Has been identified. Which tense is that? Present perfect but passive voice, not active voice, passive voice. The suspect linked to the vehicle has been identified as Umar un Nabi, a doctor from Pulwama district in Kashmir. The pattern of developments in recent days suggests that something has been going on for some time in the recent past. And when you look at the pattern, it looks like some of his friends got arrested. And based on that, he must have felt very insecure. And based on that, again, he must have committed suicide. This is all like analysis and a sort of, it is not exactly authentic in a way. At this stage, that's what they think. The pattern of developments in recent days suggests that the suspect who died in the blast was linked to a ring of other people who were allegedly plotting terror strikes in the country. It looks like there's a network, and his friends are also involved, and some of them have been arrested. The public will have to wait. An important pattern here. Subject, the public will have to wait. This is something very important pattern. I have taught many a time the helping verb have to or has to. It is used to express an obligation imposed by an external authority or a situation. And what is this pattern will have to? Talks about the same function but refers to future. Will refers to future, have to talks about an obligation imposed by an external authority or a situation. In this context, it talks about obligation imposed by the situation. The public will have to wait for greater clarity until investigators are in a position to reveal more information. We have got the word reveal many a time. What are the other words? Quickly, you have to recollect: disclose, divulge, reveal, unveil, make public. All these have to pay the bill. Here, we'll have to wait for greater clarity until investigators are in a position to reveal more information. We have to wait with the fingers crossed. It is too early to come to any conclusion, and we should not draw conclusions at this juncture. At this juncture means at this stage. See here, I haven't thought of this, but it has come out spontaneously. At this juncture, an important phrase you have to remember means at this stage. At this juncture, speculation and rhetoric must be avoided. We must avoid something active voice, something must be avoided passive voice. And here we have one particular word. What is that? Two words rather. One is speculation. I'm sure many of you at this point also you can say. And speculate means what? Guess. Stock market is all about speculation. But another word, rhetoric. How do you pronounce this? Rhetoric. Rhetoric means persuasive speech or writing to influence someone, to persuade someone. Politicians, they try to, yes, you can say that also, but it has a negative connotation. Rhetoric has a negative connotation. Politicians say a lot of stuff and they try to sway the masses. Sway means influence the masses. And they use certain phrases, certain expressions, all of them to persuade the masses. Then we use the word rhetoric. The writer says at this stage, rhetoric must be avoided. Speculation must be avoided, and no effort should be spared. We should not spare means we should not ignore, we should not keep aside. We have to, for that, there is one important idiom. What is that? We should not leave any stone unturned. Have you heard of this any time? Hackneyed, also, you can say, hackneyed expressions extensively used. And cliche, another word you have to recollect, cliche, is used so many times. What is the meaning of when I tell students, I tell them while preparing for competitive exams, don't leave any stone unturned. Means what? Don't ignore any dimension, take a holistic approach, comprehensive approach. Here, no effort should be spared by the government. That means we should not leave any stone unturned, the opposition and the media, to promote peace and calm in India in the face of this deeply troubling incident. Restraint is required at this stage from the media, from the opposition. They should not be hasty and they have to remain calm, composed, balanced, poised. However, organized incidents of terrorism have been confined, present perfect passive voice, to conflict zones in recent years. All these years we have seen only there are certain areas they come under conflict zones. Terrorism has been confined to those areas, but today, this time, for the first time, it has happened outside the conflict zone. The blast in the national capital is therefore alarming because this act hasn't happened in the conflict zone, happened outside the conflict zone. It is alarming, something you can't take for granted. Now, let us go to the second part of the editorial and see what it says. Counterterrorism. Dealing with terrorism. Counterterrorism has been a topic of polarization, polarizing debates, has been a topic present perfect active voice. Scourge means something like a disturbing factor. I'm giving the meaning. Something that is disturbing, disturbs a particular place, a particular country, a particular group. Then we use this word, something that always disturbs. Terrorism is a scourge, means what? It's a disturbing factor. Counterterrorism has been a topic for polarizing debates in India and around the world. Means what? When it comes to counterterrorism, it seems people are divided into two distinct groups. And the debates, one group this side, one group this side. Based on that, polarizing debates in India and around the world. In the Indian context, the idea that an allegedly soft state allows terrorism has been popularized by the BJP, which has been in power since 2014. Now, coming to the Indian, not exactly punishment, something like a disturbing factor. What does it mean, a disturbing factor? Here it talks about the stands taken by the national level parties, one the BJP, the other the Congress. The BJP stand is what? If the government is soft, it may result in terrorism. And based on that, the government has to be, it's implied, government has to be firm, stringent, strict, dealing with terrorism. But on the other hand, the Congress party stand, let us see what it says. In the Indian context, the idea that an allegedly soft state allows terrorism has been popularized, present perfect passive voice, by the Bharatiya Janata Party, which has been in power since 2014, which has been in power active voice, has been popularized passive voice. The center has tweaked. Tweak has two different meanings. One meaning to distort, to change, but another meaning tweak means to fine tune something, to fine tune a particular process. We use tweak, positive connotation. The center has tweaked laws in order to empower investigators and making it difficult for any accused to defend against terror charges. They have changed here and there, fine tuned, and they have made it very difficult for a person who has been accused of terrorist acts to defend himself or herself. Hard laws have been accompanied, again, present perfect passive voice, by sweeping security measures. The word sweep has many meanings. One meaning is twist, Aditya ready. But another meaning, fine tune. Tweak means what? One meaning, twist, distort. Another meaning, fine tune a particular process. Coming to this one, sweep means a broomstick sweeping a room. But sweeping measures means large scale, range and magnitude entirely different. Sweeping security measures by central and state forces. And a smart and effective security policy is indicated by the absence of incidents that go unnoticed, even as a single lapse can cause a major event and public outcry. When rules are stringent, then obviously things go smoothly. And here we have a few words like one is lapse, the other one public outcry. Lapse means forget something. Imagine I come here to tell 10 things, I forget one, I tell nine, then someone questions, sir, you are supposed to tell 10. Oh, that was a lapse on my part. Means I forgot. Forgetting something, lapse. And single lapse can cause a major event and public outcry, means public protest. Mistake also you can say, lapse. It is notable that a potentially more dangerous conspiracy of a chemical terror strike may have been averted. May have been averted. An important pattern might have been averted. We use this pattern to talk about a past possibility, which is a guess. And you can use might or may. He might have stolen the chain. He may have stolen the chain. Talks about a past possibility, which is a guess. And might have been averted means avoid or prevent, with the arrest of several people across states, as well as the recovery of arms, explosives, and other material. Perhaps they were planning something bigger, larger scale. Luckily, that was stopped. Perhaps. That said, it is reasonable to assume. Assume means what? Think of something without any evidence. Assumptions are very dangerous. You should think of the word thwart. Thwart means what? Avert, prevent. To assume that policing is only one component of any comprehensive national security approach. It is reasonable to assume that policing is only one component of any comprehensive national security approach. Comprehensive means holistic. When you see as well as, you have to recollect the rule. Both takes the word and. A common error, people say both as well as. That is not correct. They have given many a time. A rapid and transparent investigation should be followed by proactive. Proactive means what? Taking the initiative. Proactive opposite reactive. All the youngsters should be proactive. Anyone for that matter, not only the youngsters, anyone should be proactive. The solution, a rapid and transparent investigation should be followed by proactive political measures. We should follow something, active voice, something should be followed by us, passive voice. And what is the function of should? It has two functions. One, it is used to advise or suggest someone. In this context, that one. Second, it is used to express a possibility, but the chances are less. A rapid and transparent investigation should be followed by proactive political measures by the government to reassure the citizenry. They have to provide some sort of assurance to the public. Terrorist strategy universally is to trigger social chaos. All our students know the word chaos. Chaotic situation means what? Total confusion. And when there's no government, that results in confusion. Then we use the word anarchy. That word also you have to recollect. Terrorist strategy universally is to trigger, stimulate social chaos and undermine. What is the meaning of undermine? To weaken someone or something, to undermine the legitimacy of the state. Here, legitimacy of the state means legitimacy of the government. Disturbance means turmoil, turmoil, disturbance, turbulence, you have to recollect. How does the editorial end? An effective counter-terrorism strategy must also promote. The main idea is being reiterated. At the beginning, you saw social harmony is a must. Same idea, a different way of presenting. An effective counter-terrorism strategy must also promote social harmony. Social harmony is a must, indispensable. Indispensable means essential. And reinforce, strengthen the legitimacy of the state. So, what is the solution to counter-terrorism? One, social harmony is a prerequisite. Second, legitimacy of the state, very important. Both are required. Reduce means alleviate, mitigate, assuage, all the words you have to think of. That's all for today. I hope you guys have got enriched. And for 2 or 3 days, if I have tomorrow also have a session in the morning, I will try to design and present. If not, I will do the editorial analysis. But do remember, there is no compromise when it comes to enrichment. Same enrichment, no second thoughts about that. Do attend. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.